Start the Quran from this cover. Don't stop until you reach the other cover. And when you finish, start back again. And when you finish, start back again. Keep on reciting the Quran. Keep on reciting the Quran cover to cover. Cover to cover. At the beginning, you might take 3 months to finish it. But then you make 2 months and 1 month. I was a student in Egypt, and Ramadan came. And I'm in buses, and in Egypt you have to be an acrobat. Because you have 1 foot on the running board, and you're holding on for dear life, and the bus is going. And I saw people in the buses packed like sardine, and one hand is holding on for dear life, and 1 foot is hanging out, and he has the Quran and he's reciting. I said, what kind of people are these Egyptians? I never saw this in Trinidad. If you are true to the Quran will be true to you. Listen to the verse. You ask the question, I'm giving it to you. It is in Surah Al-Furqan. Take it home with you when you go to sleep tonight. بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وقال الرسول, and the messenger said, Ya Rab, oh my Lord. He's complaining. He's complaining about something. And he's complaining to his Lord. And he's complaining about us. Ya Rab, inna qawmi ittakhadhu hadha al-Qur'ana mahjura. My people have forsaken this Quran. So the first step to return to the Quran is to return to the recitation of the Quran. My mother could not read Arabic correctly, broken. My father died when I was 15, and she had all these orphan children. Sometimes no food in the house. And so she struggled. But in the night time when she put the children to sleep, Imran would see her sitting in the sitting room, all by herself, reciting the Quran. And her tears would be falling on the pages of the book. She could not understand what she was reading. No. But the Quran gave her strength, as the Quran can give you strength. And the Quran can give you light. And the Quran can be your source of wisdom and knowledge. And the Quran can protect you. You can make this dua that I make. Oh Allah, kindly bless me with the knowledge of the Quran, and the wisdom of the Quran, and the guidance of the Quran, and the nur, the light of the Quran, and the shifa, the healing of the Quran. And kindly grant that this Quran might be a friend, companion, protector for me in the life of this world, and at the moment of my death, and when I'm on my grave, and on Judgment Day. This is the beginning. This is the beginning. It is the Quran that will take us out of the mess in which we are today. But for that we need a new methodology, a new tafsir, a new usul al-tafsir to complement the usul al-tafsir that we've already had. We don't need to change that. We need to augment it. Any more questions?
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Muhammad Abdulalim Dawes from Jamaica.
Oh, yes, I remember your call.
I have a question. The question is, I've heard
Jamaica is to the north, close to Cuba? Yeah.
I've heard you mention of the association of the Jews and the Christians, and say that these are the people that we should avoid. That Allah mentions in the Quran. Now, there are 2 places I've seen the Jewish, the star, known as the Star of David, that 6-pointed star. It's on the flag of Israel, And most of the emblems here in Trinidad and Tobago, if you look and see like the car of the police when it's passing by, you'll see that six-pointed star. So I'm trying to find out now if there's some kind of association between the powers to be in Trinidad and Tobago and the Jews.
You are allowed to marry a Christian woman, other than in Malaysia. Malaysian law doesn't allow it. But the Quran allows you to marry a Christian woman. And when you marry her, she can be your friend, you know. Yeah. But the verse of the Quran has been translated. Surah Al-Ma'idah. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who have faith in Allah. La tattakhidhu al-yahuda wal-nasara awliya. Do not take the Jews and do not take the Christians as your friends and allies. So you're going to have to tell her. In Trinidad, you call your wife Dudu. So you're going to have to say, Dudu, you can be my wife, but you can't be my friend, you know. Don't take the Jews and don't take the Christians as your friends and allies. بَعْدُهُمْ أَوْلِيَاءُ بَعْضٍ. They are friends and allies of each other. That's not true. That's false. Jews and Christians were never friends and allies of each other. Never Jews and Christians were friends and allies of each other. But that's the translation. Do not take the Jews and do not take the Christians as your friends and allies. They are friends and allies of each other. And whosoever from amongst you turns to them with friendship and alliance, you belong to them. You no longer belong to us. And surely Allah does not provide guidance for a people who commit such an act of dhulm, wickedness. That translation is not correct. No. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said that He ordered the angels to bow down, to prostrate before Adam alayhi salam. فَسَجَدُوا, and they all prostrated, illa Iblis, save Iblis. Yes, several times in the Quran. If you take this verse of the Quran by itself in isolation as a standalone verse, which you should not do, then you'd come to the wrong conclusion. The one that you should throw out of the window. With this wrong methodology, you will come to the conclusion that Iblis or Satan was an angel. Because the order was given to the angels and they all bowed down except him. That defective methodology of studying a verse in isolation led to that mistake. Which is why Maulana Ansari rahimahullah in Quranic Foundations and Structure of Muslim Society warns about it. Don't do that. Take all the verses of the Quran. Try to find that which binds them together. Put all put the necklace together, all the diamonds, to get the system of meaning. And then you see that when you turn to the whole of the Quran, no. Not only was he not an angel, but he could not have been an angel. And then the Quran declares he was jinn. Similarly with this verse.